Welcome back to another episode of Around Town. I am your host, Sarah Olson, and today I'm going to do things a little bit different, and I'm going to let our very colorful guest introduce herself.
Well, hello, Sarah, and thank you so much. My name is Selecia Young-Jones, and I am the owner of Rainbow Notary and Nuptials Network and the Rainbow Wedding Chapel here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
I just love it. And really, it was a lot for me to say.
It's a lot to say. It is a lot for me to say.
But I loved it. I love it. I love your colorful. Tell me all about your company.
Well, I had this tug, get your notary commission.
Okay.
This voice for years. And then finally I did it. And I just made a simple post on Facebook when my notary commission came in the mail.
Okay.
And it was like a machine gun going off.
Really?
We need a notary. Oh, we always use a notary all the time. Or we got married by a notary. Or my son's getting married. Will you marry my son?
Right.
So
okay.
It's like, okay, well, this is a thing. I didn't know it really was a thing, but it's a thing. And so, pick something. I am a gay woman. So Rainbow, you gotta preach to who you know.
You gotta have
to
all
your
the
own self be
colors.
true. So Rainbow, and my mother was an English teacher, so I like notary and nuptials. I like the alliteration.
Okay.
And that's how Rainbow Notary and Nuptials came about.
I love it. Started with a stamp of approval,
Yes,
and they're like, now what else can you do with that stamp? Let's get married. Let's do all the things. So are you ordained? What is the...
Well, there's two things that you can be.
Okay.
When you are a notary in the state of Florida, you are automatically, by the power vested in me, that is one of your powers. That's one of your magical powers, is you can marry people.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Florida, South Carolina, Maine at that time, and a couple more states have added on since then as well.
Okay.
Now, as close as we are to Georgia, I did also add my credentials for Universal Life Church and American Marriage Ministry so that I can marry someone as, Selecia E. Young-Jones, minister, or as a notary, but only in Florida. So if I go outside of the state, I do have to use my ministry credentials.
Okay, you probably have some wonderful stories.
I do.
Is anything that's coming top of your mind you want to share?
When I first started this, it was just, the Rainbow Notary Nuptials Network, and it became a network. But, people call you, they find you on the Google, and I think one of my most poignant ones was, it was an older lady and an older man, and she was 68 and had been widowed a few years.
Okay.
And the man that she was marrying was 73 and a bachelor.
Oh my God.
And it was just an adorable wedding at their home, here at a condo. It was out by the lake, and they had some people that were visiting from Washington State, Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So there we were, just in their backyard, right on the lake. And it was just such a sweet, darling couple.
A sweet story.
And then I ran into them over at the symphony one night. Oh, there's our minister who married us.
Oh, how so sweet.
Yes, very sweet.
You become a little bit part of their life.
I did. I do. I mean, I always say that, when you're a wedding officiant, you're like a fairy godmother. You sprinkle that magic dust on them and send them off into forever.
What should be the most magical day of their lives.
It can be.
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
So I love being notary. I love being a wedding officiant. The notary part, when you need a notary, it is a life-changing moment for that person. They're buying the house, they're selling the house. Someone's born, someone's died, someone's moving. You buy the car, you sell the car. Today I was out at Jacksport because it's a VIN verification for one of their new service vehicles. So I mean, you can go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah, so some of it's not all glamour.
No, it's not all glamour, but it was a fun to go out there.
So you travel everywhere around Northeast
Mobile
Florida?
Notary, Northeast Florida, yes.
Okay.
And all over the world, because in 2020, January 1, Florida became one of the remote online notary states. So I can notarize almost anything for anybody anywhere in the world.
Really?
My feet have to be in Florida. That's where my credentials are good for.
Okay.
Like I said, when I go across the line, they go away.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm in Florida, so I, work with a lot of people in Mexico. My sister lives there, and I've got a ton of expats down in the Lakeside, Chapala, Ajijic area.
Oh, wow.
And, people find you online, of course, and, you just take care of them. I can, and with the platform that I use, I can even do it with biometrics. It's a facial scan.
Right.
And, it looks at their ID. I mean, I'm sure you've flown recently, and that's what they do. They don't even, you don't even have to hand them your ID anymore.
Even know that.
You don't even have to hand them your ID at TSA. If you're on touchless, it scans your face. They know that's Selecia, and you get on.
How do you keep up to date with all this technology stuff? I guess
it is nonstop. Well, I tell you what,
Yeah.
I keep up to date because I take extra classes. It's sort of like, continuing education.
You get left in the dust.
Or you'll get left in the dust. I mean, I was just listening to a Toastmasters. We have a Notary Masters talk, and the subject today was about AI and AI for the notary. So yeah, the whole world is just exciting with that.
I like how you say it's exciting.
It is.
It's not who moved my cheese. Oh, was me. I've got to learn a whole new skill. It's more like, I get to learn a whole new skill.
It is very exciting.
And to help your customers.
But, and I was just speaking with one of your associates a minute ago about the Wedding MBA out in Las Vegas every year.
No,
and it's 6,500 wedding professionals.
Really?
From DJs to photo people to, I mean, just, the people that grow the flowers in Alaska. I mean, you'd be amazed at all of the things that are everything wedding. And of course, they have classes for wedding officiants and classes for florists and